What is up guys, it is Aaron from Rudy Visuals, and in today's video I want to share with you 5 tips to help you get paid for your photography or videography. So roll the intro. So in the last year, we have been very lucky. We've been able to turn our hobby of photography and videography, and we've been able to start earning an income from it. Spoiler alert, we do both have full-time jobs, so this isn't our main source of income. However, we have been able to supplement our income each month by basically making videos and taking photos. However, our long-term goal is of course to make this into our main source of income. And I know there are a ton of you out there who are also in a sort of similar situation where you're starting to get pretty good at making videos, or maybe it's photography that you're good at as well, and you want to know, how can I start earning money from my hobby? So basically, we are going to share with you 5 tips that we personally use to help us start making money from our hobby. So without further ado, here is tip 1. So tip number 1 is to do things for free. So when you're first starting out, you basically kind of have to prove that you're worth paying money for. You need to be able to showcase your skills and your talent, especially if you were like us, you were sort of at that amateur level where you weren't quite good enough to be maybe compared to professionals, but you were definitely good enough where people should really be paying you for your time. Now take it from me, getting paid for a photography or a videography job can be very, very stressful, and offering to do it for free can actually take a lot of that stress out of it. Now, I don't recommend doing things for free once you pass that threshold, once you start getting your first paid jobs, because that does open up a ton of other problems. Now, I'll link a video by Jessica Kobasi in the description, which kind of describes why that's not a great idea. But when you are starting out, doing things for free can basically open up a ton of opportunities to you. We recommend collaborating with up-and-coming models, aspiring artists, musicians, or you can even offer to film or photograph an event, or if you're feeling very brave, offer up to do a wedding for free. This gives you actual experience of working out in the field. It gives you experience of editing big projects, and it's a great way to actually improve your knowledge and your skills without having that pressure of knowing that you got paid to do it. It's also a great way just for trial and error, so you know what works and what doesn't work. If it's a specific field that you're trying to get into, for example, if you specifically want to do weddings or shoot portraits or fashion or film music videos, a great way as well is to offer yourself to be a second shooter. So this is when you find other photographers or videographers and you basically shadow them for a day, and you're basically there offering to be an extra pair of hands. You will find that quite a lot of people are very happy to have an extra pair of hands. Even if you're just sort of making coffee or carrying heavy things the entire day, it's a great way to see how professional actually works from day to day. At the very least, if you do try this route, I would recommend at least trying to get your expenses paid for. So your travel for the day, maybe if you can try and sneak in a free lunch or a free dinner, but that way at least it's a way for them to appreciate your efforts. So my first tip is actually a great way to build up my second point, which is build a portfolio. Social media and Instagram definitely have their place. However, you do want to have a website to showcase all your work in one neat, convenient place. It's also a great way to showcase that you are serious about your work, and it should show why someone should be paying you for your time and effort in the first place. So this is a place that you should definitely invest and dedicate a lot of time and effort into making look as professional and as amazing as you possibly can, as first impressions in this business can count for a lot. In terms of websites, there are lots of places you can use to help build a website. We would recommend using Squarespace. We've been using Squarespace for the past year and a half, and for us it's just really easy and convenient to maintain the website, to upload pictures onto it, and to make it look how we want it to look. So we definitely recommend Squarespace, but there are definitely lots of options out there as well. So your portfolio, whether it's photos or videos, should showcase your very best work. In our case, we make most of our money from portrait photography, so the focus of our website is mostly on sort of creative portraits, but we also do music videos as well, so we've included that as well. So my third tip is to get work in a relevant field. So let's say you want to be a fashion photographer, or maybe you want to shoot music videos. It's very difficult to kind of break into that field if your day job is stacking shelves or working in an office or being a cab driver, whatever it is that you do. However, it definitely does help if your day job has some kind of relevance to the field that you want to get into. For example, I worked for an opera company for about 2 years, and I have pretty much zero interest in opera, if I'm being completely honest with you. However, I actually worked in their digital media department, and that gave me the opportunity to work with video. So I spent a lot of my time editing marketing videos, editing like trailers, filming and photographing like launch days and events and parties and things like that. So those are all like really transferable skills that then I was able to use to pursue my own interests. Now, Veronica actually worked at a photography studio for about a year, and that gave her really valuable insight into how to set up a scene, lighting, how to edit photos, how to use Lightroom, how to use Photoshop, working with models, booking them, dealing with clients, all those things that are going to help you with your photography and videography business as well. These are all opportunities that you're not going to get if you're working in an office or working as a waiter in a restaurant. So do try to think about how you can get a job that is somewhat relevant to the field. It might not be completely relevant, but if there's some relation and there's some transferable skills, all these things are definitely going to help you long term in the future. I mean, I worked as an English teacher for over a year, and I'm still teaching English on the side. However, that gave me the opportunity to travel and to work on photography and to work on travel videography. So again, it's all experience that can add up in the long term. So tip 3, I think, is a really important one. So my 4th tip is to be proactive and never stop learning. Whatever it is that you want to do, just do it a lot and never stop. Pretty much every weekend we are doing shoots, whether we're getting paid for it or not. We're working with aspiring models, we're filming random like YouTube videos or travel videos. We were in Poland over the Christmas period and we had nothing to do, so we just literally went out and shot this short video just for fun. And after we finished filming it, we realized, oh, this actually looks like quite a cool music video. So we posted that in a few Facebook groups, and a bunch of musicians started commenting saying, oh, we want similar videos too. So it just kind of snowballs off from that. So you never know what your work is going to lead to next. Photography wise, Vera is always out there working with like aspiring models and offering to take photos of like family events, which of course in turn leads to like word of mouth and like friends or family wanting to hire her for their personal events. Essentially, the more you're proactive about your work, the more it's gonna like snowball. And essentially after every shoot we have, we get messages from like a friend of a friend saying, oh, we saw your shoot with blah, 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 and we'd love to have the same thing for us. How much do you charge? Etc, etc. Which wouldn't happen if we weren't always being so proactive. So being proactive is really important in this field. Being proactive also means never settling and always trying to learn new things. You do have to be very humble in this field and know that there are a ton of people out there who know a lot more than you do, and there are always new techniques and new things that you can learn. I mean, just YouTube in general is a fantastic place to learn stuff. I mean, I can't tell you how many times we wanted to know about something and just YouTube searched a video and said, oh, that's a cool technique, we're gonna try that in our next shoot. So the wealth of knowledge that is available to you out there means that there is really no limit to how much you can learn. So be proactive, really search for those opportunities, and often you'll find that opportunities will also come to you as well. Which leads me to my final point, which is to network. Now, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Vera and I are actually very introverted people. However, there is no way of getting around this. If you wanna succeed in this field, you have to put yourself out there and network. Now, we live in a golden age of technology, which means networking has never been easier than before. And more often than not, we just use social media to network. A great place is Facebook, finding Facebook groups that are relevant to you and your interests. Take us, for example, we wanted to work with musicians and help them make music videos. So we found a bunch of local London music groups, posted some examples of our work on the group, and pretty much within the next day we were inundated with requests from people wanting for us to shoot videos for them. Some of them wanted us to do it for free, others were actually willing to pay. Likewise, we also offered to do things like band shoots, and Vera made a post on a Facebook group like 6 months ago, and she's still getting people messaging her about wanting to do shoots. And actually, this was how we got our first photography job, how we got our first filmmaking job. So Facebook is such a wonderful place to network. So networking really is as easy as just turning on your phone or your laptop. You can even go one step further. One thing that we like to do is to network with friends and with local businesses. Maybe you have a friend who's like a barber or a tattoo artist, or in our case, Vera had a friend who was a shoemaker, shoe cobbler, offered to shoot photos for their website. At the beginning, we worked with a lot of friends and family, so we offered to do things for like free or to cover expenses. Some of them would get like the friends and family discounts, so they'd get a much cheaper price than if they'd hired like a stranger. But essentially you want to build your way up to the point where you're getting requests and messages from people from outside your social circle. So then at that point, that's when you can start charging them a little bit more for your time and for your efforts. But essentially networking is something that will snowball for you as well. So definitely network as much as you can. It's probably the most important thing you can do out of all of these 5 tips. So there you have it. Those are our 5 tips to help you get paid for your photography and videography. So if you take into account our story, we literally made this YouTube like 2 years ago just for fun to like showcase to our family and friends what we got up to on our travels. And during that time, we just completely fell in love with cameras, with making videos, with photography, and we've been able to take all these transferable skills into a position now where we're able to basically get paid for doing what we love to do. So if you are like us, or if you're in a similar position to us where you're sort of pretty handy with a camera, it's definitely doable to get out there and to earn income from your skills. Turning your love of video making and photography into something that can actually earn you money is not as difficult as it might seem to you, as long as you're willing to put the effort and dedication into making it a reality. Now, sustaining that into something that's more of like a long-term career, that's a whole other board game and something that we're trying to work on. But for now, we're very happy with the way things are, and hopefully we'll be able to inspire you to do the same as well. So anyway guys, that is gonna do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really do hope that you found it useful and you'll be able to apply some of those things into your life as well. If you have any questions at all, please do leave them in the comment section below. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you loved it. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Check out our website, www.rudyvisuals.com, if you're interested in seeing more of our work. And I think that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.